What's at it, my people? It's your boy Smooth, man, back with another movie review right here. So this right here is Coming to America. So Coming to America, the original one came out like 1988 or something. I was a little boy, loved it. Cult classic, all-time great, one of the greatest comedic movies of all time. Star-studded cast, everything. No misses, all hits, man. This one right here, I look so forward to it. I seen mixed reviews. I seen people like, why they gotta make this? I'm like, I'm for it. I'm like, man, we get more Eddie Murphy. Man, we get to see all these characters again. I'm like, it gotta be good. Even if it's close to good, man, I'm gonna get some laughs and stuff, man. Eddie, just the press run up to it. Like they have been hilarious just on Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel and stuff like that, and the little shows they've been doing, and the interviews been hilarious. So I'm like, man, the movie gotta be good. So I finally buckled down. I wasn't in a good mood today, but I was like, this is gonna change my mood around. It's gonna change my mood around. It did to a certain extent. But Coming to America versus Coming to America, like the cameos and stuff, man. They had like nice Tiana Taylor, Rotimi, uh, Morgan Freeman, Tracy Morgan, Dikembe Mutombo, Rick Ross. It was filmed at his estate, like they used his estate for Zamunda and all that. Things I did not like about it, off top, it was more about the son. I'm watching Coming to America for Eddie. To me it would have made more sense than the son. Like I have a son. That's not your dad. Oh, yeah, that's your daddy. So they never tackled that again in the movie. Like whenever she first was like, that's not your, oh, yeah, that's your daddy, when she seen all the money and stuff. Like, they never took no DNA test. It was just like, that's your son. I'm like, I'm thinking like maybe it probably would have been incestuous or something, but I'm like, him and the daughter hated each other, and I'm like, they gonna find out he's not the son, but he gonna be worthy, and him and the daughter's gonna jail, and maybe they might get together or something like that. But that's not really a black thing. Like black people, even if you a play cousin or something, like you don't really do all that. So I'm like, maybe not, but and it was so much people talking about female empowerment about this movie and stuff, because they changed the ways of Zamunda and stuff. Not exactly, people didn't spoil it or anything, but they said it was very women's friendly and women empowerment. It still was about the son. It was about the son the whole movie. Like, he had the daughters. He had his own daughter, was the middle daughter. The oldest daughter on this one, like, she was cold. Like, she was badass. Like, she went up with Blade and kicked Blade ass. I seen Arsenio Hall about to fight Blade. I'm like, Arsenio can't hang with no damn Blade. Then they had Eddie Murphy so passive. Like, he was a bitch. Like, his daddy, his James Earl Jones was like, you are not strong enough for you to lead Wakanda, for you to lead Zamunda. I'm about to say Wakanda. You are not strong enough. You are soft. I spoiled you, Joe. I spoiled you, Prince Hakeem. But he was mild-mannered and stuff in part one, but he was still badass. He whipped Samuel Jackson ass, a young Samuel Jackson. Motherfucker. He kicked his ass in McDowell's. I know Wesley Snipes is Blade and stuff. His daughters with Blade ass. Like, he been training his whole life and stuff. Like, he been scrapping and this and that. Like, and then 30 years have passed or whatever. They said in the movie, like, 30 years have passed. He is still, like, so not, like, his character hasn't transformed at all. He's still acting like a young, naive kid. He's a prince, a king. And he's, yes, and I am Prince Akeem. Yes, still so naive and stuff, like the same naivety from back in the days. Like, you think he would have grown a little bit. Maybe that's why the daddy was kind of worried about him. Like, my son is an imbecile. like pretty much. Uh, then something I didn't like about it was Eddie Murphy was the villain. Like he was like trying to hold his son back, trying to use him as a pawn to get married and etc. So he's using him. And the same thing happened to him. That even his daddy didn't use him as a pawn. He just wanted his son to get married. But I will go to Queens to find my wife. But his son, what Tiana Taylor? Tiana Taylor came. I'm expecting like they had the little dance, and it's gonna be a little ugly woman come out the back. Man, then Tiana Taylor come out the back. I would have been like the woman on at the end of coming to America. Hey, you a prince? I'll marry you. Shit, man, Tiana Taylor. Shit, you are the wife. I'll marry you. Man, Tiana Taylor came out there looking so bad. Like the girl, like he ended up with some. Like if you spoiler. But yeah, it had some like nice little sentiments and stuff. Some of my favorite parts on here. My favorite part, point blank, period, was at the end. At the end, when they like, who is the special guest performer at the wedding and stuff? Oh, who's coming out? Oh, is it Anita Baker? Is it Michael Jackson? Prince? And they didn't say those names, but I'm just naming names. Is it R. Kelly? No. It is Randy Watson and Sexual Chocolate. And a lot of people from Queens, they was like, what? They were so hyped. It was like he blew up over time. But they had the same old ones in the barbershop. They like, oh, man, that's Randy Watson. We don't like it. Boy, that boy good. So they had a lot of old moments in nostalgia points. Like they had Homeboy, she's your way to be. That right there, he had a little singing solo in the movie, like early on. And they tried to make it like an updated hip-hop song. Oh, hey, oh, oh. Like it was lip singing and stuff. Like, I think he was singing on part one. Like this was, and then like everybody did like a musical number. Like Tiana Taylor sung a little bit. Homeboy just bust out. His son came out. He was like pretty much a loser. He was nerdy and stuff, but he came out rapping, yo, sounding like Bell Biv DeVoe and Ish. I'm like in 2021. So that's how you come and rap to like Bell Biv DeVoe. Yo, check the flow. You're fine, poison. Oh, but overall, man, I give you my stuff, my little stick. I'm not gonna bury it. It had some good parts. It wasn't funnier than Dolomite. Dolomite was way funnier. Dolomite was hilarious. It was cool, but it wasn't all that. It was a nice little moment, little family moment, little something to clown. Then it was PG. I don't know. It might have been PG-13. Like on part one, he was to be loved. Shut the fuck up. Like they was doing that. Like he was on here bad MF and stuff. I'm like, Eddie Murphy, raw, delirious, Eddie Murphy. They ain't got no cut. I know you sold it to Amazon and you want to do this and that, but and he didn't cuss on the first one, but everybody else around him cussed and shit. So it's like, my rating for this, I would give it like a 6.5 out of 10. I wanted to love it. Just didn't work out that way. Like, comment, subscribe, gonna be the greatest and the most hated, man. Holla at your boy. Pray for me too, man. I'm just been going through a lot of shit. But I let your boy, man. Peace.